Alright guys, I figured I'd give you a look-see at the stock. We took it all the way down with I did 60, then I went over it with 80 grit, and I finished it off with 150 as smooth as a button. You notice all I did was just took a hanger and hooked it on my garage door, made a loop in the end where it wouldn't come off, put it through where one of the action screws will go through, and we're just gonna wipe this thing down. You probably wonder why I got gloves on. Anytime you sand this wood like this, if you handle it, as you can see, I need to go back over that little spot right there where it's a little bit darker. Anytime you have any kind of finger oils or any other contaminants on your hands and it gets on the wood, it'll leave a spot in your stain. So I'm going to hit that one more time. You can see kind of a little dark shade right there, and then we're going to do it. You know how I like to do it. I'm going to do a little bit of cherry, probably do 2 or 3 coats of that, and then do 6, 8, 10, I don't know, however many coats of true oil I need to do to make it look like I want it to look. You know, and in between you'll buff it with 4/0 steel wool. You know, I'll put a coat on, let it dry a day, come back out, look at it, put another coat on, wipe it off, let it dry for a day. I'll do that 2 or 3 times, and you know, so that'll take me 2 or 3 days. Then I'll put on a coat of true oil, and you can rub this in with your fingers. I prefer to use, you know, cotton. Old t-shirts work great, but you just don't want to get a lot of lint, because any of the lint that gets in this stuff you'll have to buff out, and it kind of, this stuff's almost like honey, you know. And I'll wipe it down with it and let it dry for a day. Come back the next day and buff it out with the steel wool, and then wipe everything down with a non-linen cloth. Like this is just an old pair of, you know, khaki pants that works good for non-linen rags, because you don't want to get all that little crap down in your gun finish. But I'll take this, you know, and every day I'll put a coat on, let it dry. Next day I'll take and buff it, wipe it down, put on another coat, and I won't film the whole process. I'll kind of do like maybe the first coat of the stain, and then maybe the first coat of true oil, and the last coat, because I mean it's pretty much just like watching paint dry, because all I do is wipe this on and wipe it on real light with a piece of cotton or something, you know, rag. You can do it with your fingers, but I don't like to get all your finger oils and stuff inside the wood. So I'll put that on and let it dry, and then the next day I'll buff it out, and I'll repeat that, like I said, you know, 6, 8, 10 times. Depends on how nice I want the wood to come out, and depends on how good it takes when I do it. So I'm going to hit this stock right quick with the sandpaper. I'll hit it again with probably 150, just to make sure I got any top oils that's, you know, might still be, that's come to the surface. It's been hanging out here for a couple of days since the last time I sanded it. I'll make sure that I get all that off, and then I will start putting my stain on it.